We are dreaming in
Hi
the
babes,
dark.
welcome back to my channel. My name is MsTopacJay. If you're new to my channel, if you're indeed new to my channel, welcome. Special welcome to you. Be sure to make sure you subscribe to this channel before you click out this video. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the best and worst eyeshadow palettes. Best eyeshadow palettes that I feel like are the best, and ones that I feel like they're not so the best. So if you're interested, be sure to keep on watching this video.
We are.
Okay, before we go ahead, let me just quickly let you guys know right now, it's not in any particular order. I'm just basically going to share with you guys the best and worst randomly, okay? So, and with that being said, I feel like it's customary for me to mention this eyeshadow palettes first because one, it is the best, and two, it is one of my very first high-end eyeshadow palettes I had ever purchased. I believe I purchased the Too Faced one before this one, but this is the eyeshadow palette I purchased that I really felt like was worth the money. I'm talking about the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I'm sure you guys probably have guessed it already because a lot of people talk about this palette, myself included. I absolutely love this palette. It's so nice and creamy. It's really easy to blend. It is hella pigmented, but the pigmentation doesn't really make it hard to blend. This one is really easy to blend. The double end brush that it came with as well, I use this a lot. You guys have probably seen in a few of my videos that I only use this brush when I'm using this palette, literally only this brush. It's just to die. So I absolutely love this eyeshadow palette. Even if you're a beginner, I would recommend this eyeshadow palette for you. It is travel friendly, and look at the way it just like, it's so versatile. It comes with a mirror. Am I the only one who hasn't really peeled their stuff off the mirror? Anyway, so that's the first eyeshadow palette. So I would say this is the best eyeshadow palette in store, in market right now. Literally, go grab yourself one if you don't have this one yet, okay? Alright, so now that we've covered that, I feel like we should just follow that up with the sister palette, and I'm talking about the Subculture palette. This palette came out about a month or so ago, I think 2 months ago, and literally there was a lot of controversy around this palette. People were saying, yes, it's pigmented, but it's really hard to blend. Some people are saying like it turns grey. Some people are saying like the fallout is extensive, that you can make a whole new eyeshadow out of it. And most other people are saying like they absolutely love it. It's easy to blend, you just need to know how to make it work. But my personal opinion about this is I like this palette. I actually love this palette. I love this palette. I don't mind it, honestly. I mainly bought this palette because I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. And also I like the idea of this palette being a sister palette to the Modern Renaissance palette. Look at these two palettes. They complement each other. In my opinion, they complement each other. It is very pigmented. Yes, there's a lot of fallout. I mean, the fallout in this palette is more than other palettes that I'm used to. It is there, so I do agree with that. But you can't take away the other goodness of this palette. If you are a beginner, if you're really like fresh beginner, I would really recommend you pick up this palette because the blendability requires technique, which like even if you're a beginner, you can still go ahead and get it, so that way you can like get yourself out of your comfort zone. Because if we don't practice, how are we gonna learn? Do you know what I mean? So I still went ahead and got it, even though like I was quite intimidated with the colors. I still went ahead and got it, and I've already created 2 looks with it so far, and they both absolutely look amazing in my opinion. So in my opinion, this is the best palette yet as well. I mean, Modern Renaissance tops it 100%, 1000%. Yes, it tops this one, but this, I also consider this eyeshadow palette the best eyeshadow palette yet. Alright, so the next palette we should talk about, let's just go randomly, is the Urban Decay Naked Heat eyeshadow palette. This also came out a few months ago. I already have a full review on this palette as well as the Subculture as well, so I'm going to put a link to both reviews down below. Okay, so this eyeshadow palette, I don't love it, I don't hate it. I wouldn't say it's the best, and I wouldn't say it's the worst. I would say it's in between. They are pigmented, but they're not hella pigmented on my skin tone. My only thing is, I mainly bought this eyeshadow palette because I just wanted to review it for you guys. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have needed to buy it because I have other eyeshadow palettes that has these shades as well, and the formula can also match it, if not beat it. I'm talking about the Morphe palettes and whatnot. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like if you have a Morphe Morphe palette, the 350M especially, as well as the 350S, which I just recently got. You don't really need this, you know, so I wouldn't say it's the best, I would say it's the worst. But it's not so bad. This was my very first Urban Decay product. Okay, the packaging is cool, everything about the packaging is cool. The shades are nice, they blend really nicely, they're quite pigmented but they don't really show up as much. Like with my eyes, I have to work extra hard to make sure it shows up on my lid, meaning I have to go in with a really light concealer or eyeshadow primer to make sure it shows up on my lid. That's kind of like my contour as well. That's why I'm saying it's not really the best and it's not really the worst either. But once you get it to show up on your lid, it's really easy to blend and it's just really nice. I like it. But with a palette like this, you only stick to looks like this. Even though I didn't really use this palette to create this look, this is kind of look you kind of get from it as well. I feel like it's quite limited. Well, it was quite expensive for the price. I wouldn't say it's the best. Okay. Alright, so the next eyeshadow palette is the Zoeva Cocoa Blend eyeshadow palette. Let's just get this out of the way right now. I absolutely love this. I don't have any con to it. All pros. Blendability, yes. Creamy formula, yes. Is it travel friendly? Yes. Literally, I absolutely love this palette. This is my very first Zoeva product as well, and I'm glad. Like I was literally looking at this Cocoa Blend palette for a long time, and I finally went into the store and picked it up, and I'm glad I did, you know. So like I'm traveling soon and this is one of the palettes I'm taking with me to travel. That's how much I love it. If you're into really nice compact travel size eyeshadow palettes, you're into simple selections, combination of cool and warm tone, you're into really nice blendable eyeshadows, no fuss, I would highly recommend this. So in my opinion, this is the best eyeshadow palette that could come from Zoeva. The best. I love it. And look at the packaging. It's so nice, so sleek. Alright, so next we've got the NYX Perfect Filter eyeshadow palette. This is in the shade Golden Hour. This is what the inside looks like. Okay, this palette, I've used it on several occasions now, okay, and it was my go-to palette for a couple of weeks or so. I liked it, I still like it, but I noticed it gets it's very pigmented, maybe a little bit too pigmented. Like if you're not careful, you will have raccoon eyes. But I guess what I'm trying to say is this palette needs a little bit more finesse. Some shades in there don't really show up as much as the others do, you know what I mean? So like that's why I don't really gravitate towards the shades. So the only shades I use in this palette are 3 shades basically. This, and this, because they're the ones that show up more on my skin tone. So if you're someone on my skin tone, I don't think I would really recommend this to you, because they are pigmented but not all the shades are pigmented, so the pigmentation is not really consistent in this palette. I wouldn't really say it's the worst, but it's not the best. So yeah, so what do you guys think? Do you use this palette? Do you have this palette? What do you guys think about it? I don't know. Yeah. Alright, so next we're just gonna basically go ahead and do a 2-in-1 review, okay? This is the Too Faced eyeshadow palettes. This is the Sweet Peach eyeshadow palette, and this is the Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar eyeshadow palette. Just straight off the bat, I'm just gonna tell you guys right now, in my opinion, these are the worst eyeshadow palettes. I don't like the pigmentation of it, meaning it is lacking in pigmentation. Yes, it's easy to blend, but you're almost blending a non-existent shadow. I have used, when I first bought it, I absolutely loved it, but I believe that's because I didn't really know any better. I used it in a few videos and it turned out really nice. Like I did cut crease with it or something, and the eyeshadow look I did with it turned out really nice, you know what I mean? But I remember I had to keep packing it on and packing it on. I kept wearing brush and I thought that's how it's supposed to be. But now that I look back, I'm like, no, I just didn't know any better. This was only about a year ago. So now that I've tried other eyeshadows and whatnot, these ones get it from me. Like literally, in my opinion, these eyeshadow palettes are the worst. I kind of regret buying these, to be honest, but I'm still gonna keep it to kind of remind me of when I was a little bit naive. I'm probably still naive now, but I was more naive back then, so this would be a reminder, and maybe eventually I might give it away. I would not be taking this on a travel with me. It's not worth it. Alright, so we've got the Morphe 350M palette and the Morphe 350S palette. As you can see, I've used this quite a fair bit. I just bought this about a week or a couple of weeks ago, and I just tested it out today. Literally, I just filmed a video before filming this video. All pros about this eyeshadow palette. I don't have any cons. I like it. Travel friendly, just nice and flat, sit at the bottom of your suitcase. Quite pigmented, quite creamy or buttery. Both of these shadows, you know, the shimmer shadows, like as with every other shimmer shadows, when you apply it straight with a brush, it doesn't really show up as much, but it still does show up. When you apply it with a brush sprayed with water, it shows up hell a lot. When you apply it with your finger, it shows up hell a lot as well, same as every other shimmer shadows. The 350S palette, I would say, kind of corresponds with the 350M palette, but the 350S palette is more brighter than the 350M palette. You know, like the shade is kind of a little bit different, kind of differs a little bit, but that's mainly because this is a shimmer shade. If you like tones like this, I would highly recommend you get both of these palettes literally, or maybe get the matte one first and see how you go, and then decide to get the shimmer, and that's because that's exactly what I did. Okay, so in my opinion, these are the best eyeshadow palettes. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section down below if this video helped you out, and what do you guys think of these palettes as well, okay? And as always, whatever you're doing to love yourself, do not forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and don't forget to thumbs up the video to let me know that you enjoyed it, okay? As always, whatever you're doing to love yourself, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.